Well, hello there, my friends. How are we doing today? I hope you're all doing absolutely wonderful out there. And I hope you're all ready for another little cat sermon. And today I'm going to try and keep it all positive, as I normally do. But we're going to start by turning and giving a little prayer. All right. Oh, sweet divine mother, please guide us. Guide us so that we may be a beam of light in people's lives, so that we may be full of mercy and forgiveness. Guide us so that we may always remember you. Guide us so that we may always go back towards you. Guide us so that we may always have an open heart and may be full of love for all the people around us. Guide us so that we may be among your favorite children, so that we may all have big hugs and big hearts. And guide us so that the seeds of mercy may grow inside of our hearts, and guide us so that we may always be walking towards you and always be on the path to get closer to you. Guide us from the unreal to the real. Guide us from darkness unto light. Guide us from death to immortality. May your light shine on us every single day. Om Krim Mahakalikai Namaha. Okay. That was a nice little prayer, wasn't it? Doesn't it make you feel nice and warm and fuzzy in your chest place? It makes me feel nice and warm and fuzzy in my chest place, but I'm kind of warm and fuzzy everywhere. So I just really wanted to say thank you all for coming to my sermons, though, and those of you who have returned and those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. And I just wanted to say thanks because, I've really been getting a lot out of just, saying these little sermons, and they don't necessarily always get the most views, but that's not the most important thing. I hope that my words and my spirit is inspiring to at least a few of you, and that you can attempt to do better things and good things in life. And I hope that you can find peace in these little teachings I give in these little sermons. And recently I've been doing a lot of reading on Zoroastrianism and, Hinduism as well at the same time, which is kind of interesting because they are actually sister religions, even though in a lot of ways they are very different. I was finding a lot of peace in chanting the name of Ahura Mazda and asking Ahura Mazda for forgiveness and guidance and things like that. And, guide me along the right way, guide me so that I may be a good cat. I'm always trying to be a good cat, and we all slip up sometimes, but that's not the important thing. We need to remember that there's always time to pick ourselves back up and keep moving forward. And yeah, I just found a lot of blessings in reading the Gathas and things like that. So I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and share the selections my Zoroastrian friend gave me so that I can, you guys can also check out these writings and things like that. And maybe some of them will be using terms and phrases that you're not familiar with, but I hope you can still get, some stuff out of it and all that. And it's kind of foggy over here right now and it's kind of dim, but I actually kind of like that. I find it very peaceful. You know, our lives can occasionally fill up with fog and have a lot of things go in ways that we don't want them to. But, as long as we cling to God and as long as we cling to doing the right thing and being righteous in our everyday actions, I think that we're going to be just fine. And, God has given us so much strength that we can call upon from within ourselves. And if we ever need help, God's always there to lend a helping hand and to help us out in all of our in all his myriad ways, in all her myriad ways, because she or he doesn't really matter which one you prefer. I typically prefer she, but that's fine. And the Lord is always coming back to us and is always calling us back to her. She's always doing little things to remind us that the world is not where we should put our focus, and instead we should put our focus directly on the divine. And we should always be trying to march towards the divine and go towards her with an open heart and with loving intentions. And that we should always be trying to remember her in our everyday actions. you know, there is a lot of bad stuff in the world, but there's also a lot of glory and things like that that we can see in the everyday world. And we should try and be a beam of light and, get as close to the light as we possibly can in our everyday lives. We should be the fire that lights the kindling within everyone else's hearts, Can, continue that fire going, keep us rising to the occasion and keep us, seeking the divine and really stepping to um, meet the challenges that we have every day and really moving in all the ways we possibly can towards a more beneficial future for all of us. That's what we should really be doing. And, God willing, we'll get there one way or another, and we'll get there and we'll get to be happy with our friends and family, and we'll get to have days of peace and love. And, but, we've also maybe lost some friends and family along the way. But we should remember that we never truly lose anyone as long as they are within our hearts. And maybe that sounds a little sappy, but it really is true. And then on top of that, with the Divine Mother, and we know that all of our souls, go on forever, and they're all part of this one greater being. We get to see those people again. We get to see them with cheerful, glad hearts. And we should always be trying to remember that. We should always be trying to remember that we have, so much great potential for joy. I just wanted to do the jump for joy thing there. But, and we should remember that even in the darkest of times, there's still a light, and we can still go towards the light, and we can still find God's love within ourselves and within others, and we can always still find um, the greatest joys imaginable, and we can chant the name of God, and we can remember her in all the things we do, and we can stretch our arms out. It's just kind of funny because I just saw the arms. I was about to say stretch the arms out, and I'm like, oh hey, that looks funny, but here, yeah, stretch our arms out, and we can embrace life and the world, and we can embrace all the things that go wrong and embrace all the things that go right, and we can be happy with all of them. We can, see every time something goes wrong as an opportunity to improve ourselves and to get better. We can see every time that things go right for us as just a little reward and a blessing, and we can be grateful and full of gratitude for all of these wonderful moments in our lives. I'm so grateful that I get to be a little kitty cat and I get to have fun, talking to you guys, and I get to, give these little sermons, and I get to be at peace and be happy everywhere I go. And I'm always trying to improve, and I think that we should all try to improve together. We should all hold our hands up high and thank God for all the days we have and all the little things we have. I get to have clean water, and there's lots of people who don't necessarily get to have clean water, so that's just another little wonderful thing. And then I pray that God gives those folks clean water and that God watches over them. And I don't necessarily know why there's so much suffering in certain parts of the world, but I pray that God is a comfort to all those people, and I pray that we can also be a comfort to those people and do our best to try and improve the world and try to improve the things around us, and try to, always go towards the light and always go towards truth and understanding and love. I don't think there's any point in fostering hatred or discrimination or things like that, or you know I mean, we should discriminate in the sense that we should discriminate right from wrong. We should always be trying to do the right thing, not the wrong thing, but not like with people. People should be given lots of chances, and people should, you can't necessarily expect people to get better, but if God is within all of us, then every person deserves a chance to be better off, and every person should have a chance to be in a happier location, and everyone should have a chance to go towards the light, and everyone should have a chance to hear about the light, the divine divinity within all of us, but also the divinity that pervades existence and gives us happiness and comfort and things like that. You know, the sun is in a lot of ways a great boon to us. It's a great symbol. I really like using the sun as a symbol, but it also shines its light on all of us. And that's like the light of God, man. Man. God's always shining in our lives in ways that we don't necessarily notice. And, you know, if we're patient, God will do with us the right thing. And sometimes, it's not the decision we'll like. Sometimes things will happen we won't know like why they're happening. And sometimes it's little minor disappointments like, oh wow, I really wanted to go to that thing or whatever, that event. Or oh hey, I really wanted to go to um the park or something silly like that. And other times it's something where you want to go to the park but it was raining or something like that. So it's like, oh, I can't go to the park. And other times it's like, you lose a loved one or you feel like you lost a loved one or something goes wrong in your life. But God is always there for you to lean on and for you to tell your truth to and tell your problems to. And sometimes our problems feel insurmountable, but they really aren't. And I found that there's a great deal of strength within all of us, as I said, but there's also, of course, that great deal of strength that can come directly from God that will benefit us and empower us. And we can also be empowering to other people. Just as God empowers us, we can be a pillar for people to lean on around us. We can be someone that people put their arms around and say, thank you for being here. We can also be someone who maybe people don't notice, but we're always trying to make things a little bit better. We're always trying to make it so that everything's improving and going towards, the betterment of society and things like that. We can also always find peace and tranquility within the teachings of those who have gone before us. You know, Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna, was a boon and a light to this world, and I think that we should all see that example, the example of other such great yogis and saints and priests and such, as examples of good things that we can be. And we can also look at the examples of folks who have been, less than stellar or even bad, and we can see what we shouldn't be. We can see where we should be going in a different direction, where we should be trying to go towards the light and with love and with understanding towards all people, and always trying to uh, open up our arms to those people and be willing to give them hugs and be willing to listen to their problems and just be willing to uh, be that little bit of water that nurtures the seed of goodness in their heart, seeds of mercy and understanding. We should always be striving to do that. And it's not always easy. And sometimes when you're the one that's down, folks, you can lean on people like the kitty cat here. I'll help you out. Me and this big statue of America here will always be trying to help you out. But yeah, and there is also times when you need to know that it's just the right thing to do to let things go and the right thing to do to move on and just sort of accept what's happening. Though there are moments in everyone's life where that's going to ultimately be the correct choice. It's just going to be moving on and doing the right thing. And sometimes it's not necessarily the most comfortable thing to hear, but it's a part of what happens. But guys, I really want to say thank you for listening and thank you for stopping by. I'm trying to do a little bit shorter videos, so I think I'll wrap it up here shortly. And mostly because I feel like I'm rambling a lot, and if there's something I've really learned, it's that sometimes talking too much is actually more of a problem than not talking enough. Sometimes I get to rambling about how much I love God and things like that, and I can't help myself. I just want to reach out and hug her every day. Just big ol' hug. But not every single video needs to be like 30 minutes long or whatever like that. And I just wanted to make this like a little reminder to keep everyone, hopefully in high spirits, and everyone to think about, the truth and the beauty around us, and the beauty of God and God's message to all of us is that we can have a home here. We can, build a home within the temple of God, and we can uh, find that light shining throughout all things, and we can find peace. I mean, we don't have to go to, a cave on the mountain somewhere. We don't have to go to a cave in the Himalayas, or, to some monastery to do that. We can live our lives every day and walk out in, the world, and we can live in the presence of God. We can live with smiles on our faces, and we can connect to God in everyday actions, even though sometimes it seems very difficult for us. And that's just what I wanted to say today. So I hope you all appreciate this, and now we're going to have a little prayer to end it. O sweet Divine Mother, please kindle the flame of love in my heart. O sweet Divine Mother, please tend to the seeds of mercy in my heart and let them grow. Let me be a being of forgiveness, love, and light. Let me walk with you every step of the way. Let me follow your path. Let me hold on to your hand. Let me sit in your lap. Let me be your child, and let me be blessed in all ways. Oh, sweet Divine Mother, please guide me. Guide me from the unreal to the real. Guide me from darkness unto light. Guide me from death to immortality. Guide me so that I may be a helper to mankind. Guide me so that I may always come back to you. Thank you, sweet Divine Mother, for everything you have given me. Please make me feel full of gratitude. Make me feel full of gratitude. Make me feel full of mercy. Make me feel full of love. Make it so that I look at everyone as you look at them, with forgiveness and understanding in their heart. Let me be mindful of my own mistakes, and let me not judge my brothers and sisters too harshly for theirs. Let me transcend my weakness, and let me transcend my judgment so that I can be with you and always be trying to empower the people around me. Let me empower the people around me. Thank you, Divine Mother, for everything you've given me. Please guide me. Please watch over my friends and family. Please watch over everyone who watches this video. Please watch over everyone in the world. Try and guide us all to the right way, and guide us all to your divine light. Thank you, Divine Mother. Let us all swim in the ocean of your bliss. Om Krim Hakalikayi Namaha. Well, thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day.